Hello everyone, this is JPL back for another Clone Wars review. And today I'll be reviewing the Geonosis episodes. These episodes consist of five parts, which the first one is the Clovis episode, before the actual Geonosis. Now, most people, when they talk about the Geonosis episodes, they leave out the Clovis, thinking that's a completely separate storyline, but since it's the only episode that I've seen leads into a whole story arc, I'm just gonna count it as the Geonosis part. Plus, it does a lot to announce the Geonosis part of it, so that's why, in my mind, it's 5 parts. So to start with this entire thing, it's just a fantastic story with multiple ways of telling it in each episode, many ideas shown, and it's just fantastic. Starting with the Clovis episode, this is my least favorite of the 5 parts. With the lack of battle, more politics and stuff. So to start out, I like how the chemistry between Anakin and Padme is written a lot better and more natural than it did in the past season. I love that. However, Anakin, when addressing Padme to the Jedi Order, is terrible at hiding that there's something that he's protective over her. And Obi-Wan can actually see through that. I just love that moment. It's interesting to see that Padme have a past lover. You never actually saw that before, so it's good to know about that. And in the end of that episode, Anakin just being ruthless to Clovis, like tricking him into doing something, and it's just the way he says his line at the end, "Oh, I trust that you're a survivor." I just love his line there at the end. And just the whole part of Padme being the spy, it's just kind of an interesting take upon the episode. And the next episode, where we were actually in Geonosis, also a great episode. I love that we have Ki-Adi-Mundi in that episode. It's good to see that, but another thing I'd like to say is that he contradicted himself. When talking about luck to Anakin, one of the clone troopers, he says, "There is no such thing as luck." Later in that same episode, a couple minutes later, he talks to his trooper and says, "With any luck, we'll make it to the stone." So he just contradicted himself with what he says. So, not sure if the writers intended that to be so, or that's just a mistake on their part. Either way, there it is. It's good to see Waxer and Boyle in the series again. Although this was just a brief cameo, we don't really see them later. If we did, they've not been seen. And I just love the continuity of them bringing clone troopers. I love how the droid designs are reminiscent of the second episode with the red of the Geonosis planets. It's great to see that. And the scenes where there's just a large battle, everything going on is just brutal. Geonosians just killing everyone left and right. It's really dark, and you don't see that in animated series these days. And because when they do that, they make it a comedic thing. They don't make it actual tragic. And I just love how at the end of the episode, there's just this one long shot of Anakin and the clones running to the factory, people dying left and right, Geonosians grabbing people and flying them off, just shifting the angle of the one shot. It was just fantastic and beautifully done. Now with the next episode, I like that we have Bear Sophie. We got to see her in the second episode. I do have a nitpick though, and it's that Bear Sophie in this episode looks way younger than her character did in the second episode of the movies, because she was seen in that episode and she looked older than she did here. And it's actually been a few years since that episode, and we're saying, no, it's not. Well, if you take a look at the episode that came in later in the season, The Deserter, we have a clone trooper from that second episode who left and started a family, and his children are at least a few years old. So, I don't know if she aged younger or continuity. She was not part of the first battle, but I don't know. It's just a nitpick I can live with, but it's annoying that they. Anyway, so in this episode, introduced the super tank. Good seeing a new tank. However, we never see that tank again. I'm a sucker for continuity. We don't see it in the movies and we don't see it in the show, so not sure what happened there. And I love how the Geonosians, they have their own nap chamber. I think that's fun. Huh. You know, they all line up taking a nap. You never actually think of those things for other aliens, except for the critical thinkers. Those are the fun people. Where do they go to the bathroom? That's a fun question. Now the Exembo episode, the zombie episode. Strange seeing zombies in Star Wars, but the way they portrayed that in this episode actually was quite fitting, and I liked it. I love the animation for the sandstorm. Beautifully done, fantastic. And the Geonosian Queen, you know, we finally got to see something connecting these Geonosians more to bugs. They have a queen. It's interesting. You were wondering, like, where do these creatures come from? They're queens now, so that's fun. The queen is really reminiscent of the queen from the Alien series, you know, with design. Although they're all both kind of connected to bugs, but that's just what came into mind. And then the next episode after that would be the, like, once again, clone zombies. We have very reminiscent of the Death Trooper book. Question I would have starting off is, how does the parasite egg survive the thing? Like, why is it just laying there? I don't know where that came from. I don't know. Just weird. And why do the clones kill the pilots? Wouldn't it be better to just infect them? If you're saying they're out of eggs, no, they clearly have a lot of eggs, as seen later in the episode. So why kill them? You could have had the pilots. Why kill them? There's no reason to kill them. You've actually just made yourself more suspicious. So, and I love how there's just a hint of Order 66 in there with the clones against the Jedi. But also, the clones, they set a trap for Bersofi, and then what one clone says is, if there's anything that we clones are good at, it's how to stop a Jedi. Now that line is really, if you don't know what that means, if you don't know what Order 66 means, that line makes no sense. Why would the clones? How do they know what best to stop a Jedi? Because under their infected stuff, they understand their directive order of Order 66. So I love there's just a hint of that. And then Anakin, you know, with his brutal interrogation tactic, I just love seeing that part of him. Him just turning more to the dark side, and you can actually see that he turns more and more to the dark side when someone that he really cares about is hurt or in danger, and shows that love is really what drives that character. Anyway, so to rate this story arc, I'm going to rate it a 9 out of 10. 9 because the first episode wasn't all that great. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time.